Hello everybody, it is June 9th and we've got another big update here. It's out on both Android Play, what do they call it? The Play Store? Google Play Store, I think, and iOS, of course, App Store. It should be out by now. And what we've got is the Le Mans and Formula E update here, along with some introduction of some new features such as tuning and what was the other one? Drivers, the team and drivers. So they have separate like thing they published on their official website. So I'll try to reference information from there as I go through, because I think as we play through we'll get a better sense of what they're essentially what they've done here. Just reading about it to me is like, okay, this seems like a kind of an abstract thing. So alright, without further, let's jump in. 2020 Le Mans. So we got 3 new GT cars here. The usual suspects. We got 2019 Aston Martin Vantage GTE, 2020 Porsche 911 RSR. Without those, we wouldn't have much of a real racing 3, would we now? And we got the new 2020 Chevy Corvette C8R. And it's gonna be a, as we can see here, race day event is how we're gonna win. And you get to basically win one of the 3 cars in this version, and 8.6, the next version, is where we get to run another race day to try to win the second car. And I'm assuming third one we'll probably have to buy, I don't know. Or maybe we'll have it as a limited time series, who knows. Or maybe it'll be 8.7. Not certain. Anyway, so that's these, the Motorsports cars are going to, the Motorsports special events are going to have this new tuning aspect to it. So not called upgrades. And I think what they mean, the impression I got, is essentially it's a temporary upgrade. Tuning, that is, which means that seems kind of a lame if you ask me, but maybe there's more to it than what I read. And of course, for those who follow the Formula E, we do have the 2020 ABB Formula E Berlin E-Prix. So I think we get a free Season 6, like a demo car type of thing to use in the exhibition series. And then for the actual 2020 season, we will have to run through another race day special event and try to win one of them. There are 12 as we see here. So, and once again, you get to pick your driver, you get to pick your team and driver, right? So the level up happens on the driver, and I believe higher the level your driver is, more benefit that you get out of tuning, or something like that. So yeah, speaking of drivers and tuning, new ways to power up and new 2 race day events. Of course, one for Le Mans GT and the other one for the Formula E that I just went over here. Tune your car to boost its stats during the race day, meaning once the event is over, you won the car, then those tuning upgrades are gone, which seems kind of lame if you ask me. So what are we exactly paying for, right? Anyway, level up your driver to increase their performance. Alright, and dominate future special events with your chosen car and driver. So yeah, I think the idea is you want to develop a driver you choose of your choice instead of like spreading yourself thin across multiple drivers and they're all mediocre. I think that's what they're referring to. So we'll find out more as we dive deeper as we start to run through actual events, right? Anyway, up next we got BMW Pride Celebration. By participating in the BMW Time Trial competition, we get to win the gold and special Pride livery, the rainbow. Pretty cool. All right. And then, by the way, is that like a M4? What is that? Or that looks like the homage, doesn't it? Anyway, we got a couple of limited time series for old legacy Le Mans GT cars. We got 2019 Ford GT Le Mans and 2018 Ferrari 488 GTE Evo AF Corse. And apparently a load of gold in new limited time series. Alright, so I'm trying to remember. I think my Ferrari is fully upgraded. I cannot remember if my Ford is fully upgraded. I don't remember. So we'll find out if one of them is fully upgraded. At least maybe that thing about load up gold would come true. Who knows? And then we got a couple of exclusive series. Speaking of that 2019 Ford GT Le Mans, there is going to be an exclusive series, so perhaps it is worth fully upgrading. We'll find out what the payout is gonna be to see. I doubt it's gonna be we're gonna be netting any gold, especially with these more expensive cars. You pay into it way more than what you would get out for completing an exclusive series. Yes, and then of course the other exclusive series is the GT3 that we just had in the version 8.4 2019 McLaren 720S GT3. And my car is far away from being fully upgraded. Now that's going to be interesting because we only had final upgrades on that car offered as a gold upgrade. So relatively speaking, the upgrade cost is not too bad on that McLaren. So we'll see what they pay out in the exclusive series. Because if it only pays out in motorsport dollars, I would say it's not really worthwhile. But if it does pay out in gold, depending on the amount, perhaps it is something to consider. Alright, so those are all the new content summary. Let's check out the new cars. Yes, download all of them. But I have to admit, pretty cool. I mean, I always find their splash screens pretty spectacular. What do we have here? Bugatti Chiron or Chiron pack for $50 US. No thank you. Alright, all files have been downloaded. So here's the new free car for season 6. It's SRT05E, the demo Formula E car essentially, which curiously resembles the season 5 Formula E car, doesn't it? So you can get it for free, but for now, let's skip ahead and check out what the other new cars are. So we got the GTE Le Mans Aston Martin Vantage GTE 2019 base PR 63.6, and let's see, how much are these cars? Let me scroll up here and find out some specs on these cars. These cars are all these GT Le Mans cars are gonna be just under 2 million Motorsport dollars, 1.95 million for each, basically. When they are tuned all the way, your PR goes all the way up to 77.8. This is very interesting because they say performance rating goes from 63.6 base up to 65.8, and then the tuning takes it all the way up to 77.8. So I'm assuming the performance rating range is determined by your driver level, and of course more you race with a particular driver, that driver will advance to gain more experience to level up, and by leveling up, the performance rating of the car that the driver driving is gonna go up. So performance in a way refers partially to the driver's rating, and then tuning of course will just, you know, boost the car on top of that. That's the way it sounds like to me. And yeah, we have to win it through the race day event. Fair enough. And then the other GT Le Mans we got is of course Chevy Corvette C8R, the 2020 rendition. Base PR for this guy, as you can see, 63.5, so 0.1 lower than the Vantage. And when it's the rating basically is same range except just 0.1 PR point lower than Aston Martin, and that includes the tuning. Look at that, pretty cool livery though. And they all cost the same, I believe. I want to say upgrade, the tuning cost is the same as well. And then of course Real Racing 3 wouldn't be the same without 911 RSR, would we now? So we got the yearly edition, the 2020 rendition here, base PR 63.7. so this one is the highest PR of the three featured in the 2020 season. So from the top, 911 RSR from 63.7 up to 65.9, with the tuning up to 77.8. And second, the middle PR car, of course, is the Aston Martin Vantage. Right, 63.6 goes all the way up to 65.8, and with the tuning goes up to 77.8. And then the third, the lowest PR, is gonna be the Corvette C8R, starting from 63.5 up to 65.7, and with tuning up to 77.7. Let's actually compare the specs. See, top speed 262, 257, 262. So the Corvette definitely kind of lacking in the top speed department, which at Le Mans of course is going to make a big difference. Now the acceleration, 3.5 seconds, 3.6 seconds, 3.4 seconds. So Porsche definitely comes out ahead in that department. So far the PR rating, you can see why Porsche comes with the highest PR. Braking distance 25.6 for 911, see, 25.3 for Chevy and 25.6 for Vantage. So that puts in, well, I guess the Porsche and Aston Martin have the same braking distance, while the Corvette has just a little bit shorter braking distance. And how about the grip? The important, ever so important, 1.65 G for Porsche, 1.66 for Corvette, and 1.67 for Vantage. It's the balance of power. So, yeah, definitely the Porsche is going to be the speedster. I would say Corvette is the just because it's slower, maybe we should call this guy the gripper, even though the grip is higher on Vantage. Here, fast, balance, and just good breaker. There you go. That's something, yeah. So those are the 3 new GT Le Mans cars. I don't know which you know what, I have 3 accounts I'm running, so I will pick each car for each 3 accounts and run them all at once and see which one I like the most. And maybe you guys can get some insight out of that too. Anyway, and then we got a series of hair dryer up cars here, the Formula E cars. If you're a big fan, I wasn't throwing a jab there, but they do kind of sound, you know, funny. I don't mind the cars. I don't mind the racing dynamics of Formula E. I like the circuits. I like all that, except this annoying noise. The sound of these cars are, I don't know why. That's hard to get over, at least for me. But anyway, we got how many? We got 12 of these, right? Formula E. So I would actually, I do enjoy watching. I don't know if you guys follow this thing called Marbula Marbula 1, where they basically have marbles race. If you haven't checked that out, you should. It's quite satisfying. And yes, anyway, I digress. Anyway, by the way, all these teams in Formula E are represented by their own marble in Marbula 1. So, see. So we got the Envision Version Racing Audi e-tron FE06. I think these guys are going to be more or less identical cars with just the different liveries. Or not. Looks like PR's all same, but actual specs vary. Alright, so we'll have to kind of keep an eye on these guys. Mahindra Racing, M6 Electro, BMW iFE20, Nissan IMO 2. Alright, Jaguar I-Type, Panasonic Jaguar Racing, Mercedes-Benz EQ Silver Arrow 01, Rocket Venturi, Tacular, Porsche Formula E Team. Oh, that looks sharp. And DS Takita DSE Tense FE20. And then back to another Audi e-tron FE06. This is Audi Sport, ABT Scheffler Formula E Team, Geox Dragon, Penske EV4, another Mercedes EQ Formula E, Silver Arrow 01, and then Neo FE006, and back to the first one that we looked at, right? Envision Version Racing. Right. So, yeah. Once we are ready to actually run through the race day event to win these Formula E cars, we'll take a closer look. But for now, I think not gonna sit here and compare 12 cars with the rather minute difference in their performance. And oh, looky here, got 30% discount offer on Corvette Stingray Z51. And with 30% off, you can get it for 210 gold. Look at that, if you don't have it yet. The special event for this was a special event car. So I want to say you didn't have to spend a whole lot to win this car. But the question is the event in the event archives yet? That I couldn't tell you. Alright, so and some currency offer. $2, 75,000, 15 gold. Is that a good deal? It's apparently 100% more. Alright, so let's see. There's the 24-hour race day event. I think it's actually a 5-stage event, so 5-day event. That's gonna run from, that's the event number 1, the Le Mans event, Le Mans GT, and it is going to be the entry time for the event is gonna be up through 20th of June. That's Saturday. In my case, it'll be most likely the 19th Friday because I'm on the Western Hemisphere. And for completing the 24-hour race day event, you will win 140,000 motorsport dollars, 50 gold, and one of the 2020 the GTE cars. I guess Aston Martin is technically 2019, but you know what I mean, the 3 cars featured in the season. And they do say maximum PR required is 71.6, so that means they're gonna require tuning, and it's not a suggested or recommended PR because it's a race day event. It'll be interesting to see if they let us run all the way through in one fell swoop like the one that we had in the last update, as opposed to a couple of updates ago when we had the race day event. It ran like the special event where it was locked 1 stage per day. Don't really care for that. I'd much rather run through it all at once if I can. And then the Pride time trial competition is also open for next 9 days, so that is cool. Which car are we using? Now I gotta check this out. It's gonna be at Mazda Raceway, and yes, I thought so. It's the 3.0 CSL Homage R, the modern version. So that's pretty cool. And apparently if you wait, you get 102% more value, but this one's a little bit pricier at $5, 200,000 motorsport dollars and 35 gold. Meh. If you're in a hurry, I suppose, $5 ain't too bad, or a couple of bucks ain't too bad. But you can, tap on that free gold a few times. Well, I guess to earn, how many were they offering? I don't remember. Doesn't really matter. That was the deal, right? 35 gold. Okay, that's gonna take, if you watch 5 ads per day, that'll be like, I guess, a week. Doesn't take that long. I don't know if it's worth $5, but it is what it is. Alright, so, and let's see. Motorsports. We have some overhauling here, like the Formula E. We've got the new exhibition, 2019-2020 exhibition, featuring the free car. And season 6 is new, of course. And then season 5 is carryover from previous version. Same for season 4 and the season 3. So that's new. And I don't think Eurotrack Masters now is gonna be using the Motorsport dollars. Now let's see if the cars are gonna be offered in Motorsport dollars. Because yep. Alright, so they're not offered as gold cars anymore. Instead, it's gonna be Motorsport dollar cars. So 1.25 million, is that reasonable? I don't know. I don't quite have a handle on the value of Motorsport dollars quite yet, because it's like you can earn what 200,000 every day. So if you grind it out like every day, you just save up, and then eventually you can get there. So yeah, I don't know. And since I already completed the exhibition series, there isn't any more rewards to be won there. And let's see what else. We're gonna have the new season of Endurance GT Racing 2020 season, featuring the 3 cars, the 3 new ones, and nothing else has changed here. And the GT Racing exhibition should still pay out in gold. I always recommend. There's 10 free gold to be had very easily without having to own the car or needing any upgrades. So yep, so gold is still offered as a completion reward there. It should be in pretty much all the Legacy series except Eurotrack Masters now has been converted. GT3 of course is a newer one since last update. And then Formula E also got converted in the last version, and of course Formula 1 F1's always been, it's the Formula 1 is the one that introduced this new currency. So, and 103% for more value for now $20. Getting pricey, eh? All right, is there anything else that's really new? In Elite section, I believe they've added a couple of more tiers to this. One's gonna be locked in this account. The raw performance now has 22 tiers as opposed to 20, which was the way it was in up till the last version. So they've added a couple more there. And then of course we already saw the exclusive series for, let's see, McLaren, where are you? It's in here somewhere. 720S, maybe it's at the very far end. Did I miss it? Oh no, I own that car. That's right. That's why. Looking at the wrong place. So, yes. I gotta say, the new currency, it makes it easier to win these new cars. That is something that I will, give them props for, making it more affordable in a sense. So good job on that one. Now could we just make the gold a little bit less precious? That'll be good too. So anyway, that is more or less a quick overview of the new version 8.5. And as I said, we'll have to actually do some racing in that race day event to find out how the tuning and driver aspect of the game is going to play out. So stay tuned for that. But for now, that does it for this video. So thanks for sticking around and listening to me ramble on here. So I appreciate that. All right, take care, guys.